Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Monday the 16th of March. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and as you see from a daily basis, we had yet another daily low on Friday, and we've had a bit of a bounce off that so far. I've got the weekly pivot sitting above us at 106.21. There's a possibility if we were to continue any bounce, we could make up to that route, but at the moment it's looking quite bearish. In the shorter time frames, we've been tracking down, again tracking down. There's a trend line here. Break of that could see us getting quite heading back down towards the lows from Friday, so something just to be watching for. Now, any sort of bounce, well, we've got quite a few moving averages close by us on the hourlies. The 60-50 would be 60-minute 50 would maybe give some resistance, although it's been tested before, so it leaves us a reasonable clear way if it was to move back towards that weekly pivot. But at the moment, as I say, looking very bearish. We have got today Draghi speaking much later this afternoon at 6:45, but aside of that, there's not much else on the cards today that should really affect the euro too much. So really down to technicals all morning, but yeah, Draghi speaking later on. He's looking at the future of the finance industry. Whether he'll create any or say anything, I think he'll probably stay on track of what he should be saying and probably won't divert on to talking about the economy, but we'll see. But for now, as I say, looks weak on the break of that trend. It could run to the lows. Looking at cable, not too dissimilar picture. Looking at the bigger picture first though, and I mean, cable just came off so strongly on Friday. I mean, really has sold off here. Looking relatively weak at the moment. Any breaks real again we of these or continuation, if we could get a continuation, a weekly pivot would be the obvious target in terms of where it may run to the upside. But as I say, at the moment looking particularly weak. That weekly pivot actually comes in quite nicely with the daily R1 area, so any sort of rally, that's where I'd be looking, targeting towards, although that 60-50 may just get in the way on the way. That said, it's been tested a few times now. Break of the trend, looking bearish. Break of the highs, well, maybe we'll have a chance of pushing up towards that weekly pivot. Dollar yen, and same old. It's really just sitting there chopping along the last few days again. It does this, it will sit in a range, and it's sitting in a range yet again. Difficult to really see where it's going to come out from here. Short term, maybe a break, if it gets any sort of movement on a break of these highs, could see us pushing in for Friday's highs, and maybe early last week, mid to early last week's the highs at the sort of 121 sort of 122 area rather. So but that may be over a day or so. But it has had quite some volatility. Not, as I say, not a lot of news coming out today, so I don't expect sort of news-based events to push it. Anyway, it's pure technical and demand, of course. Okay, and finally, the Aussie dollar. Well, the Aussie dollar managed to make up a bit of some losses on Thursday, but Friday gave most of them back again, and once again, it's looking relatively weak from where it's sitting. It has already hit its weekly pivot, leaving it of little in the way of targets to the upside now. Break of these break of the trend line I've drawn here would be looking towards the short side potentially. Any move towards the upside may come across some resistance. Now we have got one thing to note here. We have got the 50 still heading up at the moment, but there does look like it's just sort of flattening out here. So just one thing to watch. If it did take off from any level here, maybe it could push back up towards Thursday's highs, but for now it really looks like it may come down from Friday's lows and maybe even the Thursday's earlier lows. Okay, that's it for me. As I say, very little news out today, so expecting just a technical action. It could be one of those sort of quietish mornings and then kick off, but we'll see how it runs. That's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.